men just need that outlet. Like, just dress up in a different outfit one night and surprise them or something. He's not gonna be disappointed. Being married was a really tough thing to go through, and loving somebody through everything, even the things that you didn't think you would even like a person after.
Oh yeah.
Like, after losing him, I just know that, like, living life is, like, important. I have 5 kids, but I'm still young.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, very open, and I feel like the world just puts too much shun on, like, natural human ways of life, like the laws of attraction, any of that.
Right.
I just feel like they put such a stigma, so everybody's so worried about what somebody else thinks of them. I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual.
There you go. Yeah.
I've studied all religion, but spiritually, like, you're born with it, and you know it, and it's up to you whether you ignore it or embrace it.
Right.
So I try to embrace it, and I try to get others to embrace it, because life is could be so ugly out in this world. When you kill them with kindness, it's great, because their expressions, everything just changes. I always tell people, like, don't dwell on revenge.
Okay.
And all that. You really got to dig deep into yourself.
Right.
And if you have children, into them and their happiness and your happiness with them. Because no matter what guy or person or anything, any void you're trying to fill that hole with, it's not going to be filled like it would be if you did it yourself with your children and you. Because then no one can take that from you.
Right.
You know, that's your piece. You're in control of your happiness.
Introducing the ToplessTalk podcast, where we're diving deep into the world of sex and relationships. Join us as we explore the good, the bad, and the ugly, leaving no topic off limits. With your host, Ryan Nickel, we're on a mission to change 1 million lives through 1,000 episodes. In a world where vulnerability is power, we're not just talking about taking off layers. We're peeling back the layers of real experiences. Our guests, brave women who've walked through the fire, are bearing it all. Their struggles, triumphs, and everything in between. It's more than just stories. It's a roadmap for those who felt alone in their journeys. By sharing their transformation from the horrific to the heroic, these women become beacons of hope for others. Because in every tale of survival lies the potential for someone else's revival. So tune in, listen closely, and remember, ToplessTalk isn't just about shedding inhibitions. It's about finding connection in the rawness of human connection. Because when we share, we heal, we empower, and we transform. To a podcast where every story is a step towards 1 million changed lives.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Ryan coming at you with another episode of ToplessTalk, and I have with me here 2 beautiful guests. I have Diamond and I have Fee. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Diamond. Let us know where you're from and how they can get a hold of you if they want to.
Well, I'm Diamond, and I'm from Northern California. I'm not from any particular part, more Bay Area and mountain areas up here, but I am fun and exciting, and I love people.
Beautiful. All right. And Fee, you want to introduce yourself? Not a problem.
I know.
All right, we're glad to have you. I want to do a little bit of an icebreaker here since we have you here. So have you ever seen these cards here? These are the After Dark cards.
No, I've never seen those. I've seen similar type of card games, but never those ones.
So a little bit of backdrop story before we actually get into this card deck. So a little bit about me. You mentioned that we're here in Northern California, and there's like the mountains and stuff like that. So this is where ToplessTalk kind of like originated. So I recently lost 50 pounds, and all of a sudden I kind of like found myself. I'm like, whoa, I got this body underneath me here. Mm-hmm. And so I started to go sunbathing up in the Yuba River.
Oh, nice.
Never done it before, ever.
Nice river, though.
Beautiful river, tons of cool people, and I was totally shy. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I've never been naked in front of anybody other than my wife and like a doctor, you know? and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm going to do this. And so here we go. And like all summer long, I was up there, I must have been up there, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week for several hours a day.
Nice.
Just chilling with people, just great conversations. And of course, they're all naked too.
Yeah.
And, I'm a guy, I like boobs. And so I'm like, this is really fun, you know? Right. And then the summer comes to an end and I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do? Like, summer's over. The river's like closing down. It's too cold. And I literally had a dream. Woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I told my wife, I'm like, I think I'm gonna bring the river to me. I'm gonna make a podcast called ToplessTalk.
Nice.
And this is what it is. And this is how it turned into. And so, also a little bit about me is I've only ever been with my wife. I've never been with anybody else. So I really don't know what I don't know. And having been married for 13 years and just real basic, I would say.
Yeah.
And just not real familiar and comfortable and exploring my sexuality until recently when I'm like, well, hey, look, I got this like nice body. I've lost this weight. I got shredded. I got a 6-pack. And I'm like, I'm going to go to the river. I'm going to have fun. And all of a sudden my wife can't keep up. She's like, whoa, like, tone it down. Like, this is crazy. Like, you want to have sex like every day. It's too much, I mean, you're like from 0 to 60. Well. You're like, hey, and this is what it's like. So, but like all of a sudden it's like, I don't know what I don't know. And so we started having these guests come on and they started sharing these experiences. And they're like, hey, this is what I like. This is what my man likes. This is what we do. And so all of a sudden I'm like, oh, taking some notes, coming home. And this show has really like turned into like, hey, Ryan back, Ryan tried this, and we started doing different things, and it's really enhanced my relationship with my wife. I mean, I've learned a lot of great things.
Right.
And so that's kind of like a lead into this after dark card thing. So what we do as an icebreaker is we just put out the cards. We just take one each, and then we talk about like what other card says is what we talk about, and it's really cool because it's an icebreaker, and then also it is something new too. So I have no idea what these cards say, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw you your card. Fee, do you want one? You want to read it?
Sure.
There you go. And then I'll read my card. So, how about you, Diamond? Go first.
Well, mine says, what is your safe word?
Oh.
So I'm kind of wondering.
I don't know.
In what situation?
I have no idea.
Right. I've never even thought about that.
Me either. I don't have a safe word.
I don't think I have a safe word.
Why would you need a safe word?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, because I explore everything.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe, no, I ain't liking that. Or
Yeah. Well, that's just open communication.
But that's not literally a word. It's
honey, I don't care for that right now.
Yeah, I'm just being straightforward. But yeah, that's a different question.
That's interesting. Okay, well, that was easy.
Yeah.
How about you? What does yours say, Fee?
What's your favorite physical feature on the opposite sex and why?
Oh.
Probably say like shoulders, maybe.
Shoulders.
Yeah.
I think there's a story there. How come shoulders?
I don't know. I just like more broad, like
massive,
shoulder.
manly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Beautiful. All right. Mine says, name one thing you've always wanted to try but haven't, and explain. Okay, well.
You got a good one.
I got a really good one. So, all right, this is gonna be a little bit open here. I think. So for those that have listened to the show, they do know this about me, but I don't think you guys know this.
Yeah.
So, I've never had a blue.
Wow.
You're like mouth drop, like in my entire life, and so I've tried to get my wife to do it a few times. Just not something that she wants to do, and so for me, every time I tell it to someone, they're like, "Oh my God, you're missing out on the most amazing thing ever!" Like I have tons and tons of people that are telling me like, "This is you haven't lived until you've actually experienced this."
But with me, I feel like it's not asked as much when you do it for the woman.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So, well, that's the thing is whoa, check that out. That's the newest one.
I didn't do it, I promise.
No. That was the newest one that was installed, so it probably wasn't installed properly. The mic just dropped for those that are listening to all that noise, all that racket. So I always please my wife, and that's one of the ways that she likes to be pleased, but I've never been pleased that way. She has this thing about having cum in her mouth. She's like, I don't want it in my mouth. I don't want to even like touch it. Like, and so I'm like, all right. So when I tell it to people, they're like, oh, you're so deprived. And they're like, I've literally had guests on here like tell me like, go get a hall pass, like go get permission to go somewhere else, like go like have the. I'm like, no, I've never been.
Happy ending or.
Yeah, well that's different though, right?
Well, it depends on where you go.
Where do you know?
I've never had one, but I'm not sure, but I know there's places. My husband used to.
Oh, there are. I've actually found those places on accident.
Yeah.
In my explorations here. So there are actually, I can tell you where they're at. There's like 9 or 10 of them. They're not fun though, because those are like, they're just like,
There's no really connection.
there's nothing. It's,
Yeah, I know what
it's
you're
pure
saying.
mechanical, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a funny story about that too. So, but I've had one person, like, she's like, oh, everyone tells me I'm the best person. I've given the best, I give the best head to anyone that I've ever been around and all this stuff. And she's like, once you have head, once I give a, you'll never want, experience it the same way. And you always want to keep coming back. And I'm like, that's cool, but that's not going to happen.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, that's me. Never experienced that. I'll probably I'll probably be the only man that never experiences that unless my wife dies or something.
I could relate to that.
Yeah. On a sad note. So go ahead and ask your cards, unless you want to comment on each other's cards.
I honestly, with her card, I don't really have a type.
A type?
Like, my husband was short, stocky, native man, long hair.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Now I kind of see a guy that's dark chocolate and tall and skinny. I don't really
The complete
have...
opposite.
It's the person.
Yeah.
I connect with people, like vibes and...
Oh, see, I like boobs.
I don't have... I want some. I want a little extra there. But I bred 5 kids.
Right, and that happens too. And so my wife is like, she's like, do you want me to get boobs? I'm like, no, I actually like them where they are.
Right. My husband was going to buy me some boobs because he knew I wanted them a little bit fuller.
Yeah.
Like, I always loved my nipples, but it's just after you break, it's not.
It just sucks the life out of them, literally.
It does. It literally does.
So we've had a lot of women on here that after they were done, they went and got lifts.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
See, in mine, I need a whole cup.
I need everything. Yeah. I've always heard that it's best after breast because it tends, you can have the more natural look.
Right.
Instead of you getting it before and then it's all like, I don't want to say deformed because that's
Right.
never the case,
So that's all I wanted to say about her card, because I was like, physical traits, there's a bunch of different things, and it just depends on the person and how it is on them. So I don't know. I don't really have a type. I think I like people for people, when people are just themselves.
No, right on, for sure. I mean, that was
I like girls and guys, so it's like,
Oh, okay. So you've been with girls as well? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. How about you, Fee?
Nope. I'm just straight guys.
Straight guys.
Yeah.
I've never been with a dude. I've only been with one person, so we established that part.
Yeah.
But you're right though. Like, just talking to people is the coolest thing ever. Like, that's what I loved about the river. There were so many different people from all walks of life, from all over the place. Mm-hmm. Like, I learned this whole new word it's called trimmigrant. I'm like, what's a trimmigrant? It's people that are traveling from out of the country to come and trim pot plants.
Because you get paid.
Yeah, they get paid.
And everyone needs some trimmers right now.
Oh, like crazy. Saying. Yeah, so all these trimmigrants. I met people from Israel, from like a gal from Sweden.
I'm Palestinian.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
so I mean, like...
I meet all kinds of different people too. That's why I'm like, they always want to guess I'm Latina or something. But
I thought you were actually. When you said that your man was, that your husband was Native American, I thought maybe that's what you were.
I am part. I just don't know
okay.
my roots too much. My mom didn't know her mama, but I'm my grandfather, my dad's dad is from Palestine.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's cool.
It is pretty cool. I like to learn about all people though.
So you have like that like olive exotic skin color.
Yeah.
Going on.
Yeah, it gets dark in the summer but light in the winter.
Ah, see, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
like
combination. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So I can share with you. We can go one of two ways with this. We can dive into topics that you want to talk about, or I can share with you my happy ending story if you're interested in that.
Yes,
one.
I want to hear that.
You do want to hear this one?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, and I don't think our audience has actually heard the full effect of this happy ending story. So I get massages after hours. That's just because of my work schedule. Like I can only get after like about 7 o'clock at night, and so there's very few places that are open for massage after 7, except for like all these like Asian massage places. And I'm like, oh, Asian massage is kind of interesting. Had no idea what Asian massage meant, but that's code word for hand. I'll tell you that right now. So I go to the Racket Club, which is a gym here in town, and I like to just sit in the hot tub and just soak and relax. So we do something called Mommy Night, Daddy Night. So basically what that is that one night a week, my wife will get to go out and just basically have just a night on the town. Do whatever she wants to do with whoever she wants to do it with. So no kids, no bedtime, nothing. So she can goes out to dinner. She can go to a movie. She can go shopping with her friends. She can go do whatever she wants. I'll take care of dinner, and I take care of the kids.
Nice.
And then the following week, it's my turn. So every other week, we'll
Switch off.
And so for my daddy night, I'll either go to the movie or I'll go get a massage and then go soak in the hot tub at the gym. So some movies, this last, 2020 kind of killed it. So like movies suck.
Yeah.
There's like nothing out there. So
Right.
I try to find one that's close to the gym so that I can maximize my daddy night, because the gym closes at 9. I'm like, I gotta get my so from 7 to 8, and then from the gym 8 to 9. So I'm like, I'm totally cool. So I found this massage place. It was relatively close, and I go in there and I'm sitting down, and she comes out and she's like, hey, you want a massage? I'm like, yeah. So I go and I sit down, and all I'm wearing is like my board shorts and a t-shirt and my flip flops. I mean, I look completely casual, but I'm also pretty see-through. Like you can see that I'm wearing nothing. And so I sit down and she's like, oh, your body very nice. You very nice body. And I'm like, thanks. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right. And she's like, okay, take off your clothes. Come back. I'll come back. I'm like, okay, cool. So I take off my clothes. I'm laying there, and I put this like little towel like to cover my ass,
Yeah.
It's not I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. This is like, everyone's different.
All right.
And
Let me cover that.
Yeah. I'm like, you don't want to see this, right? So she comes back, and she like, the lights are on, so she like dims the lights, and then she looks over and she sees like this towel, and she like takes it and just throws it against the wall. Oh. And I'm like, oh,
a little aggressive.
I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, oh, your body very nice body. And I'm like, thanks. And then all of a sudden I hear this, and she's like on top of the table on my back, and I'm like, oh my God, what's happening here?
Like, whoa.
I'm like, this is kind of crazy. And so she has her knees in my thighs, and she's like just going from my ass cheeks all the way up to my top of my shoulders with her hands, and she's just like rubbing me, and I'm just like, oh my God, what's happening here? Like I had never experienced this at all. And I'm
it
like,
was very dominant, huh?
oh, very, very dominant. Except for the whole time she's like, oh, you married? How nice. Oh, your body's so nice. Your body very nice. And I'm just like, what the hell is happening here? And I'm like, yes, I'm very married. Very, very married. I'm like holding my rotating my ring around, and I'm just like, oh.
It's making you nervous.
I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Like, I don't know what's happening here. So anyway, long story short, she rubs me down, doesn't even give me like a massage. It's just like a light oil touch. And I'm just like, oh, this is, ugh. I need to go to the gym and get in the hot tub. So I go home, I tell my wife, I'm like, you won't believe what happened. Like, this is kind of crazy. And I was like, kind of charged. I'm like, oh, she was like getting like extra close to like my inner thigh. She's like rubbing her thumb like between my scrotum and my thigh, and she's like, oh, it's so nice. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I need to go home and like talk to my wife. Like
right now.
I'm like, come on, honey. So I'm like, I go home, and I'm like, hey, honey, I need your help like right now. Like we need to get it on. She's like, I'm too tired, honey. And usually when that happens, she's like, I'll give you a hand job. We'll be done, kind of a thing, And I'm like, just give me a hand job. Just do something, please, And she goes, I broke my thumb. And she's holding up her hand, and it's all taped up because she went and walked the dog, and the dog got chased by another dog, and it like ripped her thumb. And so she's like, I can't do anything for you tonight. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying over here. So I'm pissed at her because she can't help me.
Right.
And then I'm like, I don't look at porn anymore. I used to look at porn all the time, but that's like not something I do anymore.
Right.
So anyway, I told my wife what happened. She's like, well, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to go to bed. I'm like, oh, this sucks. So my next daddy night, she's like, don't go to that lady again, go somewhere else. And I'm like, fine, I'll go somewhere. And she recommended the place. And so I go over to this place, it's a different place in town, and I go there, and I'm like, all right. So I roll up, and there's like nobody there, but the door's open. And I'm like, this is crazy. And this is like late, it's like 8 o'clock. And I'm like, this is really weird. And then finally this lady comes out, and she's like, you need to wear a mask. And I'm like, wear a mask? This is Sutter County, no one wears masks.
Right.
And she's like, no mask, no mask. And I'm like, screw you. So I left. So I go to another place that's kind of still like, there's all these 3 places that are like within like the same equal distance to my gym. So I go to this new place, and I walk in, and she looks at me, and I'm wearing, again, same things, shirt, board shorts, and all this stuff. And she's like, I'll take care of you. You come here. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, I need a good massage. And have you ever had a massage before? Ever?
From my husband.
From your husband. Have you ever had a massage before? Okay. So usually what happens is when they're giving you a massage, they're pushing like kind of hard, and they're asking you like, is it okay? Like, is the pressure okay? Is it too is it
too hard
yeah,
or too soft?
Exactly, yeah. So she's like really digging into my back here. I got like, I work out, so I have like a lot of knots, and so she's digging in. She's like, is it okay? Is this okay? And I'm like, yeah, this is fine. And so she's like working down my back, and she's like, is this okay? I'm like, yeah, this is fine. And so like we're doing this
Back and forth.
Yeah, for like a good 30 minutes, and I'm like, she's like, is this okay? I'm like, yeah, okay, just like let me enjoy this, right? So I roll over, and I mean, this is what happens. You roll over, and they have that little towel, and they're like trying to fan the towel, like make sure it's nice and like smooth on your body, but at the same time they're like, oh, checking you out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just first time ever getting a massage. I'm ignorant to like what's about to happen. So she's sitting there. She's starting with my chest, and she's like, and she's just going down. She's doing my abdomen, and then she hits like
your groin.
Totally. She she hits the tip of my dick, and she goes, "Is this okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine." Like I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." Like I'm thinking like, "Oops, I'm sorry. This was an accident. I didn't mean to." Like,
it's okay.
Is it okay? Like I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm thinking like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." That's like how I'm thinking. Like I'm
You're
like,
no big deal, not big deal.
Yeah, I'm like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't blush over it.
Yeah.
And I'm innocent to what's happening. She's playing me. And so she's like, 30 seconds later, she's like, is this okay? I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's like, okay, So then she's like on the side, and she hits it with her finger, and then the other side, and she's like, that's okay. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, but it's not like enough where it's obvious. It's like every maybe 45, 60 seconds, every minute or something like that. She's just like doing her thing, in the leg, and then coming back up and accidentally hitting it. She's like, is this okay? I'm like, yeah. And then finally the towel comes off. Like she asked, like, is it okay? Like, 3 or 4 times. The towel comes off, and she just like starts stroking me. And I'm like, holy shit. And like at this point, like I'm semi-aroused already because she keeps on like hitting it on accident. Like she's doing her
playing with it.
She's playing, yeah. She's like slowly turning me on, and so like my eyes like pop out of my head. I'm like I kind of like sit up, and I look at her, and I'm like, what the hell? And then by this time I'm like fully erect, and she's just going to town on me, and she looks at me, and all she does is she grabs her chest, and she goes, your body go like whoa. And she's like spreading her arms out like singing, and I'm like, what? And all of a sudden I'm just like jizzing all over the place, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe this just happened. And I'm like, I totally got played by this girl. And I'm like, I cannot believe this happened. And so like now I have this moral dilemma. I'm like, shit.
I gotta tell my wife.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, so like the next day I'm like, honey, you won't believe what happened. She's like, what? I'm like, this is what happened. Like, I thought she was asking if it was okay that she accidentally hit me, but it wasn't. And then she started me off, and like before I knew it, she's like, whoa, singing me a song, and I'm like literally like just spewing all over the place like a fountain, And I'm like, oh my God. Like she's like, oh, don't worry about it. That's like a biological thing. It's not the big deal. I'm like, yeah, there was like no real attraction at all. That's what I was saying like earlier, like like about the
even with her, like she's just like, no, now your body go, ah.
Your body, yeah, like she knew what she was doing. She's like, your body goes, ah, And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So let me back up now. So my wife goes, you should have went to the one I told you about. I'm like, yeah, but they wanted me to wear a mask. So next daddy night, guess where I go? To the one she wanted me to go to.
And they did the same?
You would not believe it, but I was prepared. I was prepared this time because I'm like, I know what goes on in this place. Even though I hadn't been to that one, but I knew, I'm like, I know what happens here.
You could feel the vibe.
I could. So she comes out, she's like, you need to wear a mask. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I wear a mask. And as soon as I get back, she's like, okay, mask off. Just like a show. And she had this name badge on too, like a professional, like, it doesn't even, it's like, it's bogus. It's like printed off like the internet. She's totally fake. Oh my God. Yeah, but she has some big ass too. And I'm like,
nice.
I'm like, hey, what's going on? So anyway, so that's why I was like willing to entertain her. So I mean, that's my weakness. I'll tell you that right now. Like if a girl has a big, I'm just like, yes, yeah, right, yeah.
That's nice.
So anyway, I'm getting there, and like it's time for me to roll over. I'm like, I know what's gonna happen here. So I roll over, and she's really aggressive. She's not like accidentally like touching me, like, oops, sorry, is this okay?
Is this okay?
She straight up like grabs it and goes, you want this? I'm like, no, I don't want that. And she's like, you do want this. And she's like holding on to it. I'm like, no, I don't. And she's like, sure you do. Everyone come here for this. So at the same time, she's trying to like get it all hard, And I'm like, no, I don't. And she's like, yes, everyone I'm here for this. This is why people come here. And I'm like, no, I'm married. She's like, no, married, not married. Everyone come here. They want this. And then she pulls her shirt up. And then she goes, you like these? And she's like rubbing her tits and like this, like, you touch these, I touch this, you pay me money. And I'm like, no money. I'm like, straight up, no. She was pissed. And she goes, fine, get dressed, close, done. We're done. And I was like, oh my God. Like, this is like a straight up, like, this is all they do. It's a facade of like, we're going to rub you down, do your back. We're just going to go through the motions, but we're really going to get you all excited. And this is what this thing is all about.
Keep you coming back.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh my God. And I look around, there's all these signs everywhere that says, we adhere to all state and local federal laws and all this shit. I'm like, I bet you do. Yeah. So my wife goes, you need to go report them. Yeah, I'm not going to be that weak man going in there like, I was raped by some Asian woman. She touched me in the inappropriate ways, you know. I'm like, that's not who I am.
Right.
I own it. I'm like, I own that this is what happened, but I'm a lot wiser to it now.
Right. Yeah.
And for the longest time, there are about 7 or 8 of them in town here. I went to every single one because they're all after hours. I'm like, I'm just going to try to find one that finally is like a legit place. I thought I had found a legit place because I went to all of them and they all do the exact same thing. And there was one that I was like, oh, this is finally legit. Like, no one does anything crazy over here. And they actually like, walk on your back. Like, there's these rods that are like on the...
They hold them.
They hold them. Oh my God, it feels so good.
Best, yeah.
Oh, like I fall asleep. And this one girl, I've been going to her for... I've been going to her, I think 3 or 4 times already. So that's like almost like 2 months. She wasn't there this last time I went there. And it was this old like grandma. And she couldn't get on like those things and like, you know, walk and hold those rods. And so I was just like, oh, all right, fine, whatever. So I've been to this place multiple times. Nothing crazy ever happened. Well, guess what she decided to do? You know it. She straight up, she tapped me. She's like, you like? And I go to say no. And she pinched my mouth shut. And she like put her finger over her lips and she's like, shh, no talk. I do this, you like. I'm like, these women are so aggressive. I'm like, oh my God, like this is totally crazy. So yes, this is something that does happen and it's quite regularly. So I was like, even the place that I thought was a legit place really isn't.
Right.
It just depends on who you get. And the gal that I had been doing and walking on my back, she wasn't there, but I know what her hours are now. So I can always go back to her for that reason. Cause I don't want that shit. Like that's not what I want. It's dirty. I mean, I got a wife. If I want to get a hand job, I'm not going to pay someone money to go, you know.
To get one?
Yeah.
When you have a wife that has a hand.
When she doesn't break it, when the dog doesn't break her thumb.
Yeah, right.
No, it wasn't her thumb. I'm sorry. It was her pinky. She had broke her pinky. I'm like, you still have 4 fingers, hon? You know?
Just do it rich people style.
That's right. Yeah, the little pinky hank extended. Yeah. But she was not feeling that. No. She's like, no.
She's like, no. I was married for 14 years, so I understand that sometimes. And sometimes it would just be something he did.
Yeah.
It'd be like, no, I'm not. But
he ain't getting nothing.
Right. But, you know, after so many years and we were so young going through it, it's like now that he's gone, like I understand it so much more and it's crazy. That's why I'm good at what I do because I understand the man's position because I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
I'm very in touch with people. So like knowing that men just need that outlet.
It's so true.
They just need that. Like just dress up in a different outfit one night and surprise him or something. He's not going to be disappointed. For sure. So my wife has been dressing up now, getting a lot more different like outfits and stuff like that. But I can tell you this though, like this is part of the challenge, and this is like the sad part. I mean, I don't want to say it's sad. I mean, because I'm married. I'm in love. I mean, but it's the most challenging part. It's the most challenging part is after 5 kids and her body is definitely changed, and it never was really my ideal body type to begin with. I just I fell in love with her as a person. Right. I fell in love with her online. Right. I lived in Idaho. She lived here in California, and she's funny as hell. Super smart. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, she's smart. She's funny. I mean, and I was like thinking all these like these things of like how she would be a perfect mom. Right. I'm like, she's mom material. I want her to raise my kids. Right. Not thinking after we're done having kids, I'm like, shit, like I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person. Like
I obviously am attracted to her on some level because
Right.
I wouldn't have gotten married. But the attraction is not nearly as strong as I thought it would have been, aside from like all of the other wonderful characteristics that she brings to the table.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so,
because like with me, everyone always tells me, well, you look great for having 5 kids. I had
and you do, by the way.
big kids. But after having kids, it's so hard to pull yourself out of that yuck.
Yeah.
When you are used to a certain body and, look and stuff, it's so hard. But like, that's why I like being me right now.
Right.
Like, I'm so open with people and just open about my life now, because being married was a really tough thing to go through, and loving somebody through everything, even the things that you didn't think you would even like a person after.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So like after losing him, I just know that like living life is like important. I have 5 kids, but I'm still young.
Yeah.
And I'm like very open, and I feel like the world just puts too much shun on like natural human ways of life, like the laws of attraction, any of that.
Right.
I just feel like they put such a stigma, so everybody's so worried about what somebody else thinks of them.
Oh, it's so true.
And I used to be.
Oh, me too. Like this show probably would have never happened if I hadn't have like broken out of my shell and realized that, you know what, no one really cares about you like the way you think that they do.
Right.
Like they're not looking over my shoulder like, what is he going to say next that I'm going to go ahead and like slam his ass for,
Right.
Like who wants to live that kind of life? But we create these own mental prisons ourselves.
You do. And
it's so frustrating.
I could say like even after he passed, people, because I was a very devoted, faithful wife. Like I was always at home even when he wasn't that type of person. I'm going to be right where you left me type person. But now I'm like so free. Like I just carelessly am myself. And it shocks a lot of people with me, because seeing me as this at-home wife and mother for so many years, now I'm kind of like, I'm going to wear what I want. I'm going to express it how I want.
Right.
I'm going to post what I want. I'm going to do what I want.
How did you decide to get to that point? Because that's not a point there that most people get to on their own.
Just being very alone and sad and just not knowing my purpose anymore after losing my husband, because I had this big future plan with my 5 kids and him, and just being really in a dark space and not knowing how to start again.
Okay.
I had to find myself again.
Right.
And the real me who I loved.
Right. I talk to people about this too, is sometimes that, and my wife and I, we have this conversation as well. It's like, you hear this old cliche, like, if you don't put 100% into the relationship's going to fail. But what happens when you do put 100% into that person, and that person, God forbid, like in your situation, he dies?
Right.
Well, if you've given 100%, what's left for you?
Right. Exactly. What do you do after that? Like,
how do you dig yourself out of that hole if you have nothing left to give because you didn't preserve anything for yourself?
Right. And even not even just that, like me, in my situation, I lost everything I own and then him.
Yeah.
And I had just had a baby. My baby was 4 months old.
Double whammy.
My last baby. We made the decision not to have any more kids after the 5th.
Right.
So I can't have kids anymore.
Okay.
So it's, odd series of unfortunate events that.
Right.
But it is hard to figure out what to do next. Like, where am I turning to next? And my kids are very well taken care of, but I am myself unapologetically.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't handle it sometimes. They want to make a judgment or, those types of things. But I just tend to, I am who I am, and you'll love me for me.
Perfect. And that's the thing though too, is like when you see people, and especially with people you haven't seen in a very long time, they're like, well, you've changed. You're like, well, 1, fuck you.
Yeah.
And 2, you don't know who I am.
Exactly.
Your idea of who I am is nothing more than a mental construct of a past that you've experienced in so many different time frames. Like, that's not who I am. Like these 7 or 8 or 9, 10 moments that you had with me, you've constructed this identity of who I am. You don't even know me.
Right. And I've had that issue, like, even with my own father, like,
it's
telling me,
the worst.
You've changed.
Yeah.
You've changed. I don't know what happened to you. I'm like, yeah, I've changed. A lot has changed in my life. So yeah, I'm the same person, but I am a lot different. Like
a lot freer.
Yes, I feel free and I could care what anyone thinks. I'm always like,
Yeah.
like I had somebody screenshot a picture I posted on Instagram and it was just a side view of my butt cheek
Yeah, cool.
in my heels. And it was just a little pose, you know.
And you felt
my
great
dad-
about it.
Yeah, my dad wants to send it to me in a message like, this is the type of shit you're posting. I'm like, Dad, if I was a lingerie model, it wouldn't be a problem though.
Right.
And he couldn't really say much. I'm like, I'm just saying, like, it's a perspective. You
It
got
is.
it, you know.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello, my name is Alice Lamana, and I was given an amazing boobie reading from Ryan last week, and it was the most amazing thing I've actually ever experienced.
I have to be honest, I thought at first it was just kind of this scam that was unique that this guy was running to be able to just see lots of boobs on the internet. But it turned out to be actually pretty intuitive and accurate.
He was able to pick up on things that I've known about myself, but that I haven't voiced out loud to anybody.
He explained things that I didn't share with him, and the connections make sense to me. It helped me learn a little bit more about how my body stores energy that I'm experiencing.
I was shocked. Couldn't believe some of the things that he had said.
I would highly recommend Ryan.
Oh my gosh, I highly recommend it.
Try it. See what happens. See what you find out about yourself.
I just had a boob reading with Ryan, and I want to highly recommend that you do also.
Now, back to our Topless Talk interview with Ryan Nickel.
What are the ages? I'm just curious. What are the ages of your 5 kids?
I have my oldest is a girl and she's about to be 13 next month.
You and I have the same situation.
And she is very beautiful naturally, and it's scary.
Yeah.
Very scary. And then I have an 11-year-old son,
Yep.
an 8-year-old son who's about to be 9, a daughter that just turned 5 last Wednesday,
Oh, wow.
and a son that will be 3 in March.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we are very similar. So my oldest will be 13 in September.
Okay.
So this year I'll have a 13-year-old, 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and is that right? A 5-year-old, yeah. So they're all 2 years apart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
And I was pregnant
Yeah.
9 times in the 13 years.
oh shoot, okay.
So, you know, it's a lot.
Fertile.
Yeah. That's why I was like, after the 5th one, we were like, do we want more? They're really cute, but we want to have fun too.
Well, that's the thing too. When we got married, we were both 28, so we got married later in life, and we wanted to have a big family. I didn't know I wanted to have 5 though. That was like, well, okay. But now I would never change it for anything. Like I love my kids. Like
Right.
they're all uniquely special, and they all, every time you're born with, you have another one, you're like, oh man, this fills a hole in my heart that I didn't even know I had.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we said, we almost went, oh, they're so cute though, you know? I wonder what the next one's going to look like. But no, we were like 5 and no.
You're like, that's it. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot to care for.
Right. And
And especially the single mom, I can't even imagine.
I don't even know how I made it after that, like the
Darkness.
darkness.
Yeah.
But I did, and it was them.
Well, that's where you found your true self, though.
It is the darkness. And
Yeah.
my favorite singer is Lana Del Rey.
Okay.
So everyone knows, but she sings in depth about my life.
Yeah.
I feel like we connect really well, but she talks about that. Like you got to run into the dark to find the light
You do.
sometimes, and to find yourself, because a lot of people, when you're going through it, they misunderstand you're grieving for other things.
Right.
And
they probably
usually it's
understand.
just like the grieving's probably so deep that you don't see it.
It's behind closed doors.
Right.
Yeah.
So I put all my grieving into like just living and being kind to people, because you never know what people are going through.
Right. Like I would never have known if I met you on the street, like some of the stuff you've shared. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Right.
Here's a crazy thing too. You know, I don't know how religious you are or not, but it's interesting because a lot of people they want to run away from the darkness. They're like, oh, that's a bad. You know, God is light, the devil's dark. You know, I'm like, not really. No. Like when you open up the Bible and you read Genesis, the very first thing it says, in God, you know, there was darkness, and He said, "Let there be light."
And dark, it pushes off more light. dark does.
It repels it. Yeah.
Yes, it reflects more light than white would or any other
Exactly.
color. So,
But here's a crazy thing about this is, where was God in the middle of all this when he was doing this creating before he said, let there be light? He was in the darkness.
right.
Like, he was there. And so, like, all the people are like, I got to get away from the darkness because this is not where God's at. No, you're wrong. God is in that.
Right.
And so, like, these moments when we're like alone, we're not.
No, you're not. And I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual.
There you go. Yeah.
I've studied all religion, but spiritually, like, you're born with it and you know it. And it's up to you whether you ignore it or embrace it.
Right.
So I try to embrace it, and I try to get others to embrace it, because life is so, could be so ugly out in this world.
Oh, they can be. They totally can be.
And when you kill them with kindness, it's great, because their expressions, everything just changes. They're like,
you have to be an extremely, like, rock solid individual in order to be kind to someone who is just being a bitch to you.
oh yeah.
Like, you have to, like, have it in your heart. Just be like, you know what? Nothing you can say is going to faze me because I know who I am deep down inside.
Right. And that's what
That's
I've
true power.
experienced. That is the truth. I say that to her all the time about my life. Like, I have family members judging this, that, friends, whatever, not understanding, but they would never understand because they haven't lost everything they ever wanted. Mm-hmm. And that's when you really do experience true freedom, is when you lose everything you've ever wanted.
That's so crazy to think, though, that you have to give it all up. And sometimes it's taken from you by force, but
it is.
In order to find
true freedom.
That true freedom, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what did it for me, is just being so devoted into that family life and stuff, and it being stripped of me. I'm like, I'm not going to let nobody strip my happiness no more. I'm going to be happy regardless.
You're going to be what you want to be.
I'm going to tell my kids to be who they are, and don't let no one break their spirits. And
what a beautiful lesson for them to learn at such an early age, too.
They're so strong.
Yeah.
They're some of the strongest kids I know.
Wow.
And they're smart, very smart too. And they've been in and out from transition. We were homeless since the fire. So FEMA and family members' houses, motels at times. We finally got a spot. Thank God.
Oh God, yes.
So we got our spot, and we're doing good now. But, they miss a lot of school, but they get back into school and they're right back on track. I'm like, how do you guys do that?
That's amazing.
It is. And I appreciate it, because they're awesome people, little people.
Well, they're blessed to have you too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
they got lots of good younger family that helped me out too.
Now, do you live with them as well, or no?
She has her own place, but she lives in Chico. So all my kids' family live in Chico.
In Chico. That's awesome. Do you have any kids, Fee?
One. I have a son.
How old is he?
3.
All right, perfect. Are you one and done? Or are you going to have more?
Yeah, no more. I have too many nieces and nephews.
I'm the one with all the kids.
Yeah, you're the crazy aunt, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's fantastic. Man, I could just tell that there's a lot of power that comes from you. Like, you're strong. Like,
and I try to spread it, because I love people, and people all walks of life. We're all just trying to adapt and survive in this crazy mess.
Right. Now, I mean, so you loved someone for so long, and now you said you also have like a
friend.
A friend. Oh, he's just a friend. Yeah.
I've been talking to him for 2 years, so I do love him, but it's a lot different. I will never, ever probably be so devoted and attached to somebody the way I was my husband. Like, I was so close to him that when he passed away, I felt it in my chest. Like, I made it to his car accident before they even got him out of the car.
Oh, well, was he expired already or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
On impact. So.
Oh, okay.
And he was the only one in the wreck or whatever, but it was just so sudden to me. But it's like, when it happened, when it came to me, it was like, I have a really good intuition anyways before this, but we were so connected that when he passed over, I felt his spirit come to me and tell me, like, hurry up and come get me.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't him I was coming, but who knows when I would have found out what happened if I didn't feel that and just go with it.
Wow.
I left my 11-year-old daughter with my 4-month-old baby and the rest of the kids at the house, and I left. I called my mom, like, get to the kids because I'm leaving.
Wow.
There's something wrong. But that's how connected. And so I don't allow myself to get that deeply connected to another soul, only because it takes away from me.
Yeah.
It was a lot of pain
I could imagine.
and suffering.
I
Losing
can't
him,
really, but I can like
fighting all
pretend.
the years for that love and just to keep it strong and keep us together the way we were. And then it to be gone was just devastating. Like
that.
Just instantly. There was no, he's in the hospital. He could make, it was indefinite. Like,
Yes.
he's gone. And so it was like, to try and adjust to that was like, I'm sleeping with this man for the last 14 years in my bed every night. I just don't know how to even go to sleep anymore. That's how it was.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was hard, but like...
Did you find night times were actually really difficult?
Very difficult. Like, I would catch myself falling asleep sitting up on the couch.
Right.
Things like that. If I did go to sleep.
Was it actually a blessing that you lost everything in the fire so you didn't have all these memories to constantly remind you?
You know what? I say that all the time. It's like everything happens for a reason. We had went through a really rough patch right before we got our place on Honey Run and lost it in the fire. So, like, he missed a birth of our fourth child.
Oh, wow.
And he was going through an addiction problem at the same time as I feel like he was battling what he knew was coming.
Got it.
His spirit.
He was cleaning up.
Right.
Or trying to, who knows?
Trying to, yeah. Well, he did clean himself up and we had another baby after that.
Oh, there you are, yeah.
But, you know, that was the darkest times of my life while he was still alive. Just having to cope with, did he really just do that? You know, like, he really just left me? But, you know, afterwards, he was like, at least, you know, no matter what, you could do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't say things like that. And this is right before he passed, though. So I'm like,
wow.
Now that I think about it, I'm like, his spirit somewhat knew something was coming.
Yeah.
And it just...
Some foreshadowing.
It was. It very much was. And he had also told me my sister had lost her baby's dad quite some time before he passed. So he just told me, like, she never got with no one, never had fun. Like, she was always at home kind of sad. And
right,
stuff.
right.
He told me, I don't ever want you to be alone and sad. Like, if something ever were to
spinster,
happen.
yeah.
And it was on our anniversary. I'm like, why are you telling me this?
Oh, wow.
Like, you know, and he's like, just promise me you'll never just be sad and alone and depressed like old Catwoman. I'm like,
yeah, for sure.
I won't. I won't. Okay. I'm going to live. All right.
Now, Fee, you've seen her go through this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're quite young. This is how it happened in a couple of years when you're still, you know, in school and whatnot. What has, like, watching her transform, like, how's that, like, you know, impacted you and influenced you in a good way?
I don't know.
She's very more, I don't know, open about who she is. She's not so shy. She's a very shy girl, always has been since.
And people are, and that's totally cool.
So, like, she's opened up more and just had a little more fun. Her brother was very, very upbeat, wanting to hug everybody. He's always wanting to have fun, live in the moment, don't be so stressed out, that type thing. So I know that me being that way now, because I was the one that was uptight. Oh, no. You know, I was the wife. Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
And now I think it just helps her just know that, I feel like it helps her just know that she's okay to be herself and live life. Who cares what people think?
Yeah, right, for sure.
Definitely.
So I got a question then now for you, Diamond. You know, there are single moms out there for a plethora of different reasons, and most of them are by personal choices. This was not your personal choice.
No.
What advice would you have, if any at all, for someone who is now, like, this is thrust upon them, whether their husband was taken by force or infidelity or whatever, and he's bounced out of the situation?
I always tell people, like, don't dwell on revenge.
Okay.
And all that. You really got to dig deep into yourself.
Right.
And if you have children, into them and their happiness and your happiness with them. Because no matter what guy or person or anything, any void you're trying to fill that hole with, it's not going to be filled like it would be if you did it yourself with your children and you. Because then no one can take that from you.
Right.
You know, that's your piece. You're in control of your happiness because you got to be the master of your own soul. And I learned that through my husband. He taught me that. Like, don't let what I do destroy you. You got to keep fighting no matter what. Like, to be yourself or love yourself or whatever it is. Because if not, then what is there, you know? Like, you're chasing something that you don't ever know if you're ever going to get. And if you're content and happy with yourself, then that should be amazing.
That should be it.
And your kids are going to love it. They're going to think my kids think I'm a dang superhero, superstar. I'm serious. I don't know what they think I'm crazy too, but I'm fun crazy. Like,
yeah, you're the fun mom.
Yeah. So I try to be, because it is rough. I have a 13-year-old and I am into fashion. I love stilettos.
Right on.
I love lingerie. I love the whole pinup girl, just anything dress up, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm really into that, but I don't hide it from my children. A lot of women do.
Right.
But I'm trying to express to my daughter, she's young, and you know the styles, the crop tops.
My daughter wants to wear it right now. My wife is like having like the hardest time. And
my daughter has a shape like me, so I'm like fingertips, shorts past the fingertips type thing.
Yep.
So I explain to her, like, when you're grown, yes, if you like that style and stuff, no one can really say nothing to you, but you are young, be a child now.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing with them. I'm mom and I'm doing this stuff for me because I'm grown.
Right.
But you guys are children. Like, go paint your nails, make some jewelry, like, you know, and I'll do it with you guys because I love doing that stuff.
All that stuff, fashion and stuff like that. So we just recently had this conversation with my daughter. So she has, you know, she has hips, she has boobs, she's very well, you know, figured as for a preteen. And
for
I'm like,
preteen.
I'm just like, oh my gosh. And she's like, I want to have a bikini this summer, Dad. And my wife's like, no. And I'm like, what can I say? Like, I can't be a hypocrite. I mean, look what kind of show I have here.
Listen, and I tell people all the time, because my husband's gone.
Yeah.
So they always want to be like, Salma, go change your shirt, this or that. And I'm like, I know. And I just try to explain to him, like, this one too, she was a little skinny little thing before she hit puberty. And all of a sudden she had a body of a woman.
Yeah.
But I tell him, like, well, you could pick a group of 5 girls, same age.
Yep.
Different body types. Buy them all the same outfit in their size. And I guarantee you, my daughter and whatever one else has a shape, it's not going to look the same on them. It's going to look inappropriate.
Right.
Where it doesn't on the other girl. And that's not fair. I just feel like it is not a fair thing. And
yeah.
But I also don't want them I don't want my daughter's ass cheeks or popping
Exactly. Well, this is what I told my daughter. I said, look, I'm like, COVID hasn't been really kind on her either. She's got a little bit of a gut too.
Right.
And so I'm like,
so does my daughter.
Yeah. So I'm like, I get it, hon. I know why you want this. You're a little bit embarrassed about your belly. So you want to accentuate the that you have so that it can distract the guys from the belly.
Yeah.
I totally understand. And she's like, yes, Dad. Like, I'm like, I saw right through this, right? And I'm like, let me just tell you, this is what's going to happen. Like, the guys, they're going to be attracted to that because you're focusing your attention on your boob. And that's what guys are looking at. I'm like, I mean, she knows I have this show, and she's like, of course, you're a guy. Guys like boobs. I get it, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, let me just tell you, like, when guys invite you out when you're a little bit older and they're going to go on a boat and all this stuff, they want you to come and wear your bikini because they're hoping that it falls off and all of this stuff. And so I'm like, I'm being open with her about, like, this is the reality of what guys are thinking and what they're doing. She's like, oh, I'll get like a real tight fitting one. I just want to have a bikini, but I want a real tight fitting one. I'm not going to get a string bikini. I'm like, hey, I'm just letting you know, these are some of the reasons why guys like the bikinis, because there's a high likelihood that it does come off a lot easier.
Right. And with my daughter, the same thing. She likes bikinis, but I have to tend to find her, you know, high-waisted, somewhat kind of like shorts, almost Bermuda-like, because she's just got a shape on her. And I'm just like, from behind, you look like me.
Right.
And you're 12. That's not okay.
No, I mean, and just think about this. So, like, you're right. She's 12. My daughter's 12. And I'm like, I got 6 more years of this, like, protective dad mode, you know, kind of thing.
Right. But me, I have to be dad and mom.
I know. You have double duty. Yeah. It's like, it's rough. Well, here's the thing, though, too. And I told this to my wife. I'm like, 2 things. Like, first one is, I'd rather have her do it openly with us in the house, like we know what she's wearing, then sneaking out, wearing her one piece, and then changing in the bathroom somewhere else. Like,
thank you.
I don't want that.
I said the same. Then I say the same thing because like if I restrict her, now I told my daughter the crop top shirts don't go with low waisted jeans.
No.
You got to wear high waisted.
Yeah, your torso's way too long.
Yes,
yeah.
and in that belly looks nice and everything, but no, So it's just the way she wears. I just try to help her with that part. Like, I don't mind the crop tops too much if you have the high waisted.
If it matches the outfit for like what you're saying, like high waisted jeans and things like that. And then here's the other point. And the other point is, once they're out of the house, I have no influence after that point. Right. Like once they're 18, like they're going to make their own decisions. I want to be as much of an influence as I possibly can in just protecting them from individuals and circumstances that they would be taken advantage of at a too young of an age.
Yes.
And they're too immature. And I say the immature as far as like not fully developed mentally. That they're going to be taken advantage of. Like, for example, I feel I was extremely immature when I went to the Asian place and the girl was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, oh, is this okay? Is this okay? Like, she knew what she was doing. She was fleecing me. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, this okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, she just made a mistake. It's not a big deal. And I'm in my innocence thinking that, it was an accident. And she's like, aha, I got this man, And so I don't want my daughter to be in situations where like someone's going to be like, I got this girl.
Right.
She doesn't know what she doesn't know because she's still innocent. And that's to me, as a father, as a protector and a provider, like I am there to provide that situation, right. And that buffer.
At her age, I was basically surviving the streets at my daughter's age. My mom went to prison and my dad had a girlfriend, didn't like me.
So you were out of the house.
So I was out of the house. I was forced into human trafficking at a young age, and I went through a lot of things, but
that's crazy.
I don't want my daughter to have to go through that because she is beautiful.
Does your daughter know that situation?
I talked to her about it, yes.
Yeah, wow.
I'm very open with them because I want them, like I said, when the way they handled their dad, me and their dad were so open with them that like real life situations do not put them in a freeze mode.
Right.
They kind of know how to deal with it. So I am honest with them. I've been through some situations that are documented, like, she knows about them because I went through some things, like the feds try to make me testify against the guy from my past, and I just didn't want to dip into that. It's been years. I don't want to go back to that. Like,
you're not the same person.
Right. And now that I'm older, like when my husband passed, a lot of those survival skills I picked up doing that hit me now. And that's why
Isn't it crazy? Everything comes full circle.
Yes. And I'm fully like aware of the world and how to work in that business now.
Yeah.
So I'm more comfortable about talking about it and dealing with it because...
Are you back in that world again?
Yes, I am, but by my own choice.
Okay.
And I don't,
yeah.
It's only by needs. Like, I was in a really tough situation before I got in my place. I was paying over $700 a week in a motel.
Oh my God.
And I'm homeless and I have 5 kids and
You're like, I have needs.
Like, I'm going through it. I'm not going to give up. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm not going to do. So I'm all around survivor. So,
yeah.
I'm a beautiful girl and I tapped in with my skills.
There you go.
I'm a very sweet people person too, so it's not always about sex.
No, it's not.
Some people really just want someone to talk to, somebody to understand.
It's so true. I mean, like, so I used to do, so my background is in social work. I used to be a counselor. And so I did a lot of counseling for a long time. And I remember this one particular dude, he came, he had a boyfriend in the Bay Area, and his wife found his tape and decided that she wanted to show it to all of their children. Oh. And I'm like, what? You can't do that.
Yeah.
Like that's, you've now just scarred your children for life. And then all of a sudden they're getting a divorce and
there's thoughts in their brains going right then
yes.
that should never even be there.
And so at this point, and this woman was cold, frigid, like, I mean, I'm not justifying, people's relationships or whatever they want to be, but she was so just like castrating. Like, even when you talk to her, I was like, oh my God, like, where'd my dick go? Like, it was gone.
Oh, yeah.
She was just like that kind of like cold, like, I hate to say this.
The demasculating.
Yeah, cold-hearted bitch is like what who she was. And I asked this dude, like we were going on. I'm like, I can't really continue with this therapy with you because one, your wife is paying for it, and your wife wants you to change, and that's not what therapy is about. You have to want to change. And he broke down and he cried. He's like, look, I just needed someone to talk to, and this man was the only one who was willing to listen. And so I paid him $1,000 a night just to listen to me talk. And eventually we became lovers, but
Because
I wanted someone to
connect
listen.
with somebody
Yeah.
after
And
that.
I was like, I get it, bro. I mean, I don't understand. That's not me personally. I'm not wired that way, but I understand you needed the
understand
connection
you're-
that was not there with your wife.
Right, exactly. And it just so happened to be with a man. But
It just
you know
happened
what
to
I'm
be.
saying?
Yeah, a very effeminate man.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
There's been a lot of trauma in my marriage, in my experience, and in my husband's past. I was seeking healing in whatever capacity I was able to encounter it. I came across Ryan, and we decided to go forward and planned for a session. Then we met at the counselor for Ed's office for a counseling for a session, which began with counseling. And the counseling component itself was pretty impressive. It was very thorough with seeing me, and really, I felt very seen in my whole experience. So he could see what direction I was ready to move in and from what perspective I was coming from. It felt like a very unexpected healing experience that I embraced. It came to me, and it was an opportunity for me to exercise my adult consent in a safe place. I feel grounded in my healing journey, and I look forward to continuing that journey and of healing and growth. I have a lot of gratitude for Ryan and the work that he's done for me.
Now, back to our Topless Talk interview with Ryan Nickel.
Right. So that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like he was looking for that. It's just somebody heard him.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times that's what I deal with. And when I talk to married men and they tell me, like, I'm not trying to leave my wife or go anywhere else. But
Right.
sometimes they just don't want to, you know? And I'm like, I was the wife before, so I
Like, you understand. You're like, yeah.
I understand. So, you know, I try to give them tips on maybe this or that, you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes when a woman's in her mind, she's in that mind.
No, I know for sure. Well, that leads us to the next part. You know, so what are some of your best tips? Like, because I mean, there are a lot of men and a lot of women that do listen to this show that just, you know, for one reason or another, the relationship isn't exactly where they want it to be, and they're like, how do we, like, you know, how do we bring it back? Yeah, how do we bring this, like, the romance back?
I think, like, well, in my marriage, we would just try different things, go spontaneous places.
Yeah.
Or just towards the end, the
Spontaneous
right
place, like, you're like, let's go.
let's pull over right here.
Did you ever do that?
Yeah.
And just what, like, you know, just have sex in the car, or
Yeah, or outside the car or whatever. You know,
That is so
I
rad,
went to
like-
my husband's elementary school with him one time.
on the
It was
slide.
great. On the slide, yes. On
No
the slide.
way.
It was great. It was
At
funny.
night
He
or,
enjoyed-
like, in the middle
it
of the
was night.
kids?
It was
Like-
night. It was night, but it was fun because it was exciting for him. He
Yeah,
felt
of
like
course, man.
A kid almost, and I'm like, okay, this is what riles you up.
Wow, that's so funny. Hey, how about you, Fee? Ever do anything crazy like that?
No, not really.
No.
She needs to. That's why I'm hanging out with her right now.
Oh, thank you. Are you going to get into the business too?
I'm bad.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons. Like, so for me, like, I really don't know. Like, another story. I mean, I talked to this dude 2 days ago, and he's with the girl, and it's kind of a messed up situation. The girl was done with him. She's like, "Look, I need you to find me other guys to fuck." And he's like, "What?" He's like, she's like, "Look, we're done. Like, you don't do it for me." He's like, "But you're the best I've ever had. I don't have anyone as nearly as good as you. I just don't leave me." And she's like, "I'll keep you around as long as you're bringing me new men." And so he's like, he's so whipped that he's just like,
He's
all
like,
right.
okay.
Yeah. So he's trying to find guys, and this is how he found me. He's like, "Hey, I heard you had the show Topless Talk. Would you be willing to meet with my girl?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, we do couples like interviews all the time." He's like, "No, I need you to get a room so I can watch." And I'm like, whoa. Sorry, bro, that's wrong show.
Wrong show.
Not what's going on here. And then he goes on to explain the situation, and I'm just like, dude, that's not healthy, man. Like, you got to get out of that.
You're like right back
situation.
into your therapy again.
Yeah,
Dude,
like,
you
he
need
was-
to check that out.
Like, straight up. I mean, so that's not even cool. Like,
Right.
how that's working for him. But, like, you know, and I'm just like, you know, thinking that there's all types for all kinds.
For like tips, like me myself, when I was put into the work or whatever, I was young. Everything was outside. There was no internet.
Right.
Everything was outside.
Yeah.
So getting back into it was really hard at my age because all I knew was outside, and not everywhere has that. So,
Yeah.
you know, I ventured around, but I learned ways to go about it. And I don't like to be out there. I meet people even just walking through the store and, you know, and just a conversation, even at a gas station, just a nice, polite hi, and me being who I am.
Who you are,
they
right.
just are automatically attracted. Like, I have a lot of regular people that want to see me not for the sex reasons. They like to see me dress up and just talk with them.
Right.
Whatever, like.
Well, I mean, you're an attractive woman. You do
Yeah.
that thing, and then there's you know.
And I'm actually listening. It's not like,
You're not there like, okay, that's 1 hour. Okay, you want to
Okay,
keep
come
going?
on.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, and you know, going back to this guy, that was a problem that he had, is he's never been with anybody that you know, as good as her.
Right.
And so for him, like, he's willing to sacrifice
Everything.
dignity, everything,
Yes.
just because so he can have like. And he said this too. He's like, look, I don't know when the last time is going to be the last time, and so if there's one more time, I'm going to do what I need to do in order to get that one more time. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, bro, like go work on yourself.
Right.
And like for me, it's like this show is like, okay, I don't know what I don't know either, because I've never been with, you know, anyone other than my
Yeah.
wife. And so, you know, hearing from you, like, oh, outdoors in the school, okay.
Right. Or like he had gotten out of jail. I had to pick him up from jail one time.
Did you do it in the parking lot of the jail?
We found a little orchard and pulled over. It's just things like that.
Yeah.
The kids aren't with us, so let's do something.
Let's have some fun, yeah.
Just little stuff like that. Or
Where's the place you've ever had it?
yes.
Or most fun, or like most like I don't know, oddball place. Elementary school slide's pretty hardcore.
That
though.
one's pretty hardcore. But even let's see. Around people
Oh, in front of people?
without them knowing. That's kind of exciting.
How do you pull that
for the-
off?
It's hard.
No, that is exciting, because now
For the women, it's hard. I think it's hard for me to keep,
like quiet. Like,
yeah,
oh,
just
like,
straight. Like,
yeah.
But
I got to hear this story. This is crazy.
yeah, like we were swimming one time, and there was people. We were young then. This is when we were young. Though.
Okay, yeah, when
So
you're
we
still
were
like
still
super
small.
horny. Yeah.
So we're swimming. I have jeans on. I don't have no shorts to swim in. He's gonna go bite them with his teeth and rip them off my leg. It was the sexiest thing ever. I don't know why.
In the water?
Like we're about to get in the water. So I'm
yeah.
like, okay then. Because I'm like, I can't swim. I got these jeans on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'll fix that. They were my J-Lo pants too. They were nice jeans. But I didn't care at that moment. I was like, okay.
All right.
So then we're in the water, in the river. There's hella people around. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and he's like going there. I'm like trying to almost stop, but not stop him, you know, when you're like, oh,
Right,
I don't
for
know
sure.
if I'm ready for this. So yeah, it was
What river was it?
in Chico.
Oh, okay.
Up past the 1 mile upstream more, but
I don't know any of the rivers in Chico. I only go to the one in Grass Valley up in like Purdon. And,
oh,
and
okay.
stuff like that.
The Yuba
Oregon
River,
Creek. Yeah, the Yuba
River is awesome, but
Tell me about it.
Yuba River's awesome, but we were at the creek that connects to the 1 mile in Chico, the 1 mile park.
I don't really know Chico that well.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, there's this park, Bidwell Park. It's famous.
I'm all like taking notes. I'm like, okay, where do I want to go
It's like
next
a little
summer?
creek. Honey Run's also fun.
Honey Run?
Yes. Like sometimes if the kids were asleep and people were there, we'd even walk into the woods a little bit. It's a little scary too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's a little.
So people get naked there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna check that beach out. All right.
You could get up there. Like we go tubing up there, and it's like a 4-hour tubing trip, and it's so much fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
So much fun. There's stops you could stop, and
Yeah.
we bring our little.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, it's just fun. It's just a great time. I love it out in Northern California. There's
Yeah.
so much to do.
It's so beautiful. It really
It's
is.
so much to do. I love the Bay Area too because it's just that diversity. And
It is.
that funk. I
Yeah.
love it. But I have a lot of all of it in me. So I don't know.
You're just a normal, like natural, like just free loving spirit.
Yeah, exactly. So
How about you, Fee? Like, where's the most like exotic place you've ever had sex?
I don't think really. I'm not like that.
she hasn't been being spontaneous.
Yeah.
I'm
not really a spontaneous person.
She gets really shy, so I'm trying to kind of break her outer shell a little bit because I know there's a wild side to Fiona. I've seen it.
You just haven't found the right man to bring it out of you.
Right, exactly.
I don't
but
really, talk about
and honestly, I think a lot of men are intimidated by her.
What do you think they're intimidated by?
Her beauty and just the way. I don't know. She's got a nice shape. She's got a booty that looks like a fake girl booty.
Oh, really?
Yes. And she's just beautiful, and she's just a cool person, so I think they just get intimidated and insecure, and they want to just confide her and you know what I'm saying? They don't want her to have fun because she's so much fun when she's having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think you're beautiful? Like you have the the figure to
things that I don't like about myself, of course.
I mean, we all are like that, but I mean, do you
She's great.
You can work it when you want to.
Yeah.
She could definitely work it.
I know a lot of people I'm super shy, so.
Yeah.
I think most people that's very common.
Yeah.
Which is interesting though, because if you're going to get into the same line of work, I mean, you're going to meet a lot of people
I
you
was
don't know.
very shy, very like her as a younger girl. Like I didn't even want to hear people talk about sex.
Yeah.
That's how weird I was about it.
Wow.
But now, I'm just whatever. I think it was going outside again after so long, and the judgment and everything, and not caring about it was just awesome feeling. I felt like I was really famous or something.
Right, like a new lease on life.
Yeah, in my heels, walking down the street. I don't care what none of y'all think. If you see me.
But you also have you have a whole decade on her as far as life experience goes. And stuff like
and that's
that
why I know that when I was her age, I was the same way.
Yeah. Knowing what you know, I mean, I get that, you're trying to break her out of her little shy shell that she has and stuff like that, but
it's all on her own time though.
Well, that's my point. It's all on her own time, but would you want that for her, or do you want her just to discover herself as a natural course of things?
I feel like with the way she is now and her not being in such a serious relationship and connected to someone,
right?
She has the connection to her baby dad, of course,
You always will, yeah.
And there's probably other people, but I feel like her, if she embraces herself and loves herself more, and somebody's gonna come along and sweep her off her feet, and she don't even care whether he does or not because she's so in tune with herself.
Right.
That's what I hope for her.
Got it. No, I mean that's a beautiful hope too. I mean, just to have just
for her to be happy,
Yeah.
Just
regardless
if there's a guy there or not, because we always put so much on that connection with someone else, but the connection is right here.
No, it's totally true, and this is the craziest thing too, because they say sometimes the eyes are like the window to the soul, right? So you can talk to a person and you can see that they have depth. I can look at you and I can say, okay, this woman has some depth, but she's also been through some pain.
Yes.
I can definitely tell that too, but I can also tell how strong you are because of that. Looking through your eyes. Here I see this. There's the innocence still.
Yes.
You're still very innocent.
Yes.
As a young woman. And this is the reason why I asked that is because, going into that line of work, you're going to lose some of that innocence.
It does.
And that's the question. You're shy, but there's going to become a point where you're going to be there's no more shyness because part of that shyness comes from innocence.
Innocence, yes. And that's what I do know with her too. She doesn't have all that experience.
She still has that twinkle in her eye.
Yeah, she does.
That youthful youthful look, like
she's got it.
Yeah, it's like you're still a child.
Yes,
yes. And I say that in the most loving way, not to diminish at all, but you're still a kid that's innocent.
And she's innocent,
and
that's a good thing though.
It is a good thing. Yeah, I was like, man, don't lose that just yet.
No, don't, not just yet.
Not innocent, but I'm more I feel like I think about what other people think.
Yes.
Much, so I don't tell my business a lot, and I'm more
But it's good that way. I told her to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Well, no one's kept in about myself,
and no one's going to be judging you what you've done. We've all done things that we're just like, what the hell did I do that for? We're all silly like that.
Wild stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you've never done I've never done sex on a slide before at elementary school.
That was in Roseville, California.
That's pretty wild. Now I'm I've never had sex outside with my wife. That's one thing she will not do.
Yeah.
She's very particular about how she looks and just doesn't
Oh, I was so prude. I was like that. I was so much like that.
covered up in the blankets and everything.
I
you know,
think my husband kind of put himself in me, but as a woman.
Literally, he did like 5 times.
Literally. So when he left, I felt like him now. I'm like, all right, you put enough in me that I can do this. No, but seriously, I just feel like, he was more free-spirited. Like, he didn't care whether people liked him or not liked him. Right. He loved everybody anyways, even if they hated him. That is
such a gift that I wish I embodied a little bit more. Because there are people in my life, like there are these little voices that sometimes tell me like, Ryan, what is so-and-so going to say about this? What might they think? You better not post that image. You better not do this. And like, it limits me a lot of times, and I'm like, man, why am I so concerned about what other people think?
You can't be. You can't. I've learned that because
but I still do. I mean, it's just it's nature.
It is nature. It is nature, because sometimes I will post something and I'll be like, was I really ready for people to see that?
You talk about your lingerie pics, or you talk about something else?
Lingerie pics, anything.
Ass pics, yeah.
Yeah, ass pics, and I'm like, fuck it. I had my uncle write me like, do I have to block you? I really don't want to see my little niece in a thong. I'm like,
yeah. See,
sorry, Uncle, I'm going to block you for you.
That's where it comes down to like having like a personal page and a professional page.
I do, but
they follow your professional page, then they know better.
It's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I mean. They're lurking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you know, then you know, but don't.
Because I have Topless Talk, and it's not even a with my personal Facebook page, and I don't even talk about Topless Talk on Facebook for this very purpose.
It's private, yeah.
Grandma looking at me and all this,
right.
Like
right. Like my Facebook, that's totally family. I don't really post nothing like that on there, but my Instagram, that's explicit.
Get it?
Yes. Yes. So I've always back to that topic, like the online thing, going outside. Like I've been really trying to figure out how to work out. So many girls do it.
You need to listen to next week's show then, because I have a girl. She's local here, and she is. It's a little teaser for next week, guys.
Nice.
She is in the top 0.05%.
Oh wow!
And she's been doing it for 2.5 years.
Oh.
And she averages about $30,000 a month.
What?
Yes,
wow.
She's buying a house cash. And I was just talking to her, and like she was just giving me all this information, like how much she does on social media to bleed over into OnlyFans. Like she does a lot. And it's like, wow, there's a lot of effort that goes into what she does.
There is, because it's a lot of time. And
a lot of time.
Consumption. Like I've always...
She's a content creator. I mean, that's really what you are. You're a content creator.
Right. And see, I've never, I always been interested. I've never been in a strip club, and I've never been a stripper or anything.
Yeah.
But, I was thinking about it. But then I'm like, I have these kids, people in town. I'd have to go far.
She's a single mom.
And that's...
she has 2 kids, and she's like doing well.
That's what I mean. That's where I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to tap in. A lot of people, the game's sold, not told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
But I'm a fast learner.
So, I mean...
a go-getter. No.
I got another one coming on here. She's just barely started, and she's a nurse making, decent money, decent coin as a nurse, but she says her OnlyFans is taken off well. But she has a hard time because she's trying to find her voice per se. Okay. So like for me, I'm still like, I think this is going to be like either the 19th or the 20th interview that I've done. And so I'm still trying to find my voice in the show here. This nurse, this is how she presents herself. She's like, I'm a big goth chick. And I'm like, okay, that's really broad. She does have big tits, and she is kind of gothic. Like she's like into like the stuff, like tie me up and whip me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's not congruent with across the board. Like she'll do a few of those things, and then she'll get into like the real cutesy, like look at me, here's my ass. I'm gonna have my ass hang out at work, with her like full on like doctor scrubs, her nurses scrubs and stuff like that, and that gets more likes than her. Stuff.
No, because I'm telling you, I had this conversation with a guy friend. He's like, you should really go wear one of them onesies outside or something, show that white booty, and I'm like, yeah, but honestly, when it's covered up more, I get a lot more stings.
Of course you do. It's that whole
it's psychological. Like,
well, it's the funniest thing you hear sells, and sex really doesn't sell. It's the appeal.
It is.
It's like, it's the foreplay that leads up to that.
Right.
And so it's all of the imagination that goes into it. The imagination is what focuses the emotions, and the emotion is what stimulates, the brain and everything else.
Everything
Yes.
else, yeah.
And so when she's leaving a little bit of like, left to the imagination, it's like, oh damn, like what's next? Like you got them hooked,
Right.
Like I'll be honest here, like I'm looking over here at Fee, and she has, beautiful breasts, and I'm just like,
Yeah, they're
man,
beautiful.
They are. I'm like,
I'm just kidding.
well, I mean, I've already told you, like this, like
right.
It's one of the things that like
a boob thing.
I'm a boob.
I like boobs too.
Yeah.
So I understand. I totally understand.
Yeah. So
I got cute nipples, but the boobs just need a
we'll
little
have
more
to see.
body.
Yeah. so, but like that is what is the hook, is like, oh my God, like what's next?
Right.
And so these women that are really doing well in OnlyFans, what they're doing is they're using their TikToks and they're using their Insta to feed into OnlyFans, and so OnlyFans is where they pay to play, but they get the hook from everyone else because it's on Instagram.
Okay, and they go on.
That's how they're leveraging it.
And Snapchat, they put
Snap,
find
all
me
that.
on. So that's what we see. We've been
That's how you
talking
do
about
it.
this because we've been, she's discreet,
Yes.
and I understand that. And me, I'm.
You can be whoever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just be you.
Right. So I'm like, I've been telling her, like, I'm thinking about stripping. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about that.
So one of our very first guests was a stripper. It's crazy the amount of money you give up at the club.
That's why I thought
you have to have a rent. You have to have a floor fee, stage fee,
Yep.
and then you split with the bouncer. You split with all the other girls, unless you go into a private room. And so what she was doing was she was working at a shop here in town, at one of the stores. And so anytime someone would come in and they're like, oh, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, and she's like, oh, by the way, you should come see me. These are the nights that I dance, and this is what my fees are and all this stuff. And what was happening was she had these regulars that were coming, but then she realized, she's like, I'll make more money
doing it
like out of the club.
Right. They
like,
pay for your video or they pay for your FaceTime.
Exactly.
It's a lot more feasible. That's what I was telling her. It don't have to be so out there.
And it's on your time. It's on your schedule.
Yes, all on your schedule.
And so there's completely like different ways of doing it.
Right.
For sure.
And it
but you leverage someone else's platform. So, basically I just gave you two strategies. Both of them are the exact same strategy. One is offline, one's online. The online version, I'll just go ahead and repeat it for those that weren't listening, is for the audience, is she worked at a store, and then she fed the
networking,
the traffic from the store, she fed over to her strip club.
Yes. And same way with the
Instagram, you're feeding the traffic from the platform
over to your OnlyFans. And that makes sense.
So you want to find where the eyeballs are at and then redirect them to where you want them to be.
Right, because I was looking at a girl I was learning how to do strip moves on my pole in my room.
Oh, right on.
Because it's a beautiful art.
Yes, it is.
I love it. So
believe it or not, I actually bought my wife. There's a stripper here in town, and she used to have a studio before COVID, and so I bought my wife $150 worth, which I think was like 15 or 16 different lessons, and so she went, and then COVID hit, and then they closed it down. She lost her shop, and so my wife never finished.
Oh,
but she wanted to, because my wife is super like fit, and she's like, oh, this would be amazing. I want to do this. And so
tell her I got a pole and I put it in my room, and I have a big screen TV. I just watch beginner moves.
There you go.
I just learn right at home in my room,
even
and
better.
It's comfortable. And that's what I told her, because I'm like, you don't want to go. Some people don't want to go get lessons.
Right.
You could do it right on your TV. And that's what I told her. I was like, that's a good exercise, because she has the one baby, and I just have a snapback. I don't know what. I promise I don't know how I do it. I had none of my babies were under 8 pounds. None of them. I had a 10-pound baby.
But you bring them all too.
Yes.
And I heard that drops a lot of the weight.
It does.
Did you have them all naturally, by the way?
Yes.
So that too, because if you have a cesarean, then you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, and she had to have a cesarean.
Got it. Did you?
No. So
so all the baby fat kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. She tried breastfeeding and everything. It just wasn't working because the baby was in NICU. Wasn't getting enough oxygen during labor.
For sure.
So emergency C-section.
Yep.
It was over.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah. And I was scared.
Our last
for
two
her.
that were that way.
I was scared because I've had all my natural, and she really wanted a natural baby, and I was like all for her. I was pregnant too, so I'm like all for her having the natural baby. They're like, we got to take you to C-section, and
Like, yeah, no.
but her brother, my husband, got to be in there when she had the baby.
Oh, that's
so
beautiful.
It was a very beautiful thing. I'm telling you, he knew something we didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
I know he did.
When you see him again, you'd be like, you should have told me. No.
You know what? Be like, you know what? You knew.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks both of you for coming on here. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Topless Talk. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. For more information or to connect with Ryan, check him out on Instagram @ToplessTalk. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.